I thought I'd make this video to show you one of the hammocks that I like to use for those of you that watch my YouTube channel for the hiking and the camping videos that I've done. This hammock is made by Hennessy Hammock Company, and it's called the Explorer Deluxe. It comes in, this is the head of the hammock, and the foot of the hammock's down there, and at the foot you can see the bag that it comes in. And what I did was I cut a hole in the bottom of the bag and put a brass grommet in there, and I used that as a stuff sack. And the way these hammocks come from the factory, the suspension lines are this real heavy-duty rope, which works fine, but what I did was I took that rope off and replaced them with whoopee slings. Whoopee slings are made from a synthetic fiber called Amsteel, which is very strong and very lightweight, and the main advantage of it is it's easy to adjust the length of the whoopee slings without any knots. So these hammocks are attached to your trees with I use tree straps. I'll make a separate video clip and show you how I do that. So they're attached to the tree at the head and the foot, and then the sides are held out with these stretchy bungee cords. One for each side, one for this side and one for the other side. And usually what I'll do, this stretchy cord does not glow in the dark, so it's helpful to put a little piece of glow tape on there so that people don't trip on your stuff at night. So the way I have this one set up, it's got a integrated bug net, which is this net right here. So in the summertime, you can, if the bugs are bothering you, you can zip it up or you can leave it open. And then I bought an accessory cover for cold weather, which goes over like this. This is a breathing hole. And then this is really designed to go with an undercover system that they sell, but I use a down underquilt, and so what I did was I just made some little hooks here, and I just clip it on to the suspension line like that. And this cover does a really, really good job of helping to keep the wind off of you. Okay, and then here is a separate line that I string between the trees to hang my tarp from. Some people hang it directly from their hammock suspension line, but I like to run a separate line. That way I can adjust how high or how low the tarp is hanging. Now to get in these hammocks, if you're not familiar with them, first thing you do is you unzip that. And then you just sit in it like this. Now, when you're sitting like this, you can use these hammocks basically as a chair. You can have your little cooking setup right here if you want, which would even be under your tarp. And so you can cook right there if you want. So you sit in it like this, and then it's a good idea to take off your boots, because if you start, your boots are going to be tracking in a lot of dirt into your hammock. And if there's any sharp objects, say in the sole of your foot for some reason, you know, that could cut the fabric. So you just climb into it like this, and then in the summertime you just zip it up like this. Okay, and you're in. The top cover wouldn't be on it. Alright. Now in the wintertime, you have to put this cover on first. So you get in, you take your cover, you clip it on like this, and then you zip up the netting. And the netting helps to hold in the heat also. And so there you have it, all set up for winter. And then your tarp would be pitched on top of that to stop the rain. When you get out, you unzip your netting, you unclip this little guy here, and you're out. nice setup from Hennessy Hammock Company. Here's how I attach my hammocks to trees. This is 1 inch wide climbing rated tape. It's extremely strong. It can support thousands of pounds of force. I tied a loop in one end of it using a bowline knot, and then this comes around the trunk of the tree like this. Okay, now that you've got it attached to the tree, then you can put your carabiner anywhere along here that you want. So let's say we want to put it here. Put a loop. All you do is take this line, make a loop, fold it up like this, and then grab this part here and put your carabiner through it right there. And then of course you have to tighten that down. Okay, now that won't go anywhere. That's locked in. Okay, even though this end is free, it will not release. And then I use this carabiner to attach my hammock right here, and anything else that I might want to attach there. Then the next day when you're done, you just come up here and you loosen that right there. So one more thing I wanted to show you about these hammocks, and they're not all made this way, but the Hennessy hammock that you're looking at here is called an asymmetrical hammock, and I'll show you what that means. When you get in these hammocks, if you lay straight in the hammock like this, see where my feet are? They're basically, and my head, I'm basically on the ridge line. Now if I lay like this in this hammock, this is not comfortable because my body is in a banana shape. And my knees overnight will become hyperextended, and that's actually painful after a while. So what Hennessy has done, and other companies too, is they've got all this extra space over here. There's a foot box here where you put your feet. So what you do, instead of laying along the center line, you put your feet over here to the right, and you bring your head and shoulders over to the left, like this. Okay, now my body is not perfectly flat, but it's way flatter. And if you look up there, you'll see, the difference between where my feet are here and where they would be up there. So this is a lot more comfortable. I'm practically laying flat, and when you're in this position, you can lay like this, or if you want to, you can lay on your side like this. I like to curl up in a fetal position, kind of like this, and you can do this on your right side, or turn around and do it on your left side like this. And on your left side, you can stick your feet way back like that. That's getting comfy. Get yourself a little down pillow in here, and I'm ready to go nighty-night. Nice and comfy. So the Hennessy that you're looking at here, there's a Blackbird hammock, and I'm sure there's some others that have this asymmetrical design.